I think it has been a pretty a nightmare for many of us. I mean, as you all know, I think somewhere mid-March things have started becoming serious, and most of the companies started work from home, or probably the restrictions in terms of lockdown phase started. So uh, generally, if you see March being a big month as far as for any company is concerned with the closure, I think overall I mean performance of March actually went into a big task. And as such, if you know, the FY19 has been pretty bad economic situation year. So in addition to that, March maybe close to 15 days washout, I think is overall was not a good sign as far as the Epson, and I'm sure maybe the same situation for others as well. And I think it is by and large probably the same situation for Epson worldwide, because most of the countries had some other issues. I mean, little bit of restrictions, lockdown, all those things. So from that angle, I presume, because I don't have the exact information across worldwide, but by and large, definitely, we had issues everywhere. So I think we were expecting this to get to settle down fast and then do it, but unfortunately this went on, and then Epson, at least in India, we started our operations from 4th of May in batches. Of course, it's not on a full frame. I mean, it's only as per the guidelines, 30%. Only, to begin with, only few offices started only in Bangalore and Kerala, and later, offices in Delhi and Bombay. I mean, not Bombay. I mean, Delhi and Chennai started. Bombay still they are yet to open. I mean, the situation is pretty bad. Gujarat again is yet to start. Kolkata from today they're starting with bits and pieces. So by and large, it is still a lot of uncertainty is looming, and and you are still not allowed to go to customer or not allowed to go to partners. Many of the customers not working. So no doubt we started working, but still with not with a clear objectives, how we can go about it, what we can do. That's how it is going on. We need to see how things will, when things will probably come to normal. It doesn't look like immediately, but yes, we'll have to. See, April is basically supposed to be the key month for us, because we finish our previous year in the March, and then we will be doing our setting up our calendar for the current financial year. We will have discussions with our entire Epson team converging in one location, especially in Bangalore. We used to do the review for previous year and set the goals for the next year. And also we used to have discussions with partners across India, so as to set the directions for them, and also to share them the insight what has been Epson performance previous year, and what they can look forward from Epson for the next year, those kind of thing. But unfortunately, with this situation, all our plan went in for a big toss. So however, we tried as much as possible to try and make use of this lockdown period by doing a lot more on Zoom and Skype meeting. So we did our annual sales meeting with our entire staff across India, connecting close to 200 plus employees. So we shared what was the performance and what is our objective and how to go forward. And same way we had meetings with the partners as well. Updating them on what we did, and what we are looking forward. In addition to that, as you rightly mentioned, we did quite a few trainings. We did trainings to our own team members, especially in terms of the new products that are going to come, and as well as for the channel partners, and to all the quite a few system integrators, and for few end customers as well. So we did this training. So we try to make this as much as possible effective to try and utilize to communicate, and as well as educate them. One is on the products and as well as on what is Epson is planning to move forward for this financial year. So we feel that, more or less, we are able to make use of this lockdown period as effectively as was possible. Our support department has actually taken some preventive measures, and as well as advanced. Probably they had indicated all the customers on what basic things that they need to do during this period, so that whether they can do a little bit of switching on and take the nozzle printout and all those things, or probably completely remove the inks and then shut down the printer so that they can come back and start the printer. And in addition to that, they also said that for the customers who are going to, for the customers whom the warranty is going to end in this March or April, so we extended it by 2 or 3 months, saying that, because most of those people will not be able to use the printer there, so that we can extend the warranty to May or June, depending on the usage, and so that the customer will not be having major issues. So in fact, even during this time, wherever there was some essential services requirement was there, maybe it was with some hospitals or with some customers. So there actually customer were able to help us to get the pass, and our service department was able to utilize those pass and send the service engineer to that location to help them to repair the product, so that customer was able to use the product effectively. So this was, quite a few customers have appreciated this effort, and in fact, some of them even have given their appreciation letters saying that we thank for this initiatives or support extended by Epson. So definitely, our customer support department took, quite a few initiatives and implemented these things. And we feel that quite a few customers are happy with that, and we hope, we could try and help in whatever way that, at least from our side, to reach out to the customers in this, tough situation. I think I should thank my own team members, because it was not easy to ask some of the members to travel. Even they had their own fear, but still, quite a few customer support executives reached out to needy customers, which was really, very, very helpful. Because quite a few innovations that has happened in these industries, and then things have been, innovations keep happening regularly. So maybe at this point of time, I may not be able to really say anything, because we don't have, we have not heard any such things. But in the near future, ultimately, you never know how things can shape up, because we never thought of, textile industry getting into printing into mask. And initially, if you see, it was only just a mask. Now I see a lot of designs are being printed on the mask to make it attractive, to make it look at. In fact, in one of the centers in Kerala, so they are actually taking a photograph of a person, and they're, printing the nose portion and all those things on the mask. And when you put that mask, probably you feel that as if you're seeing the person himself. So generally, if you see, when you put the mask, you can't make out who the person behind the mask. Whereas with this kind of things, now you can more or less, you can make out who the person is, because they're taking the photo of that person, and that portion alone is printed on the mask and then given it to them as specialized marks. This kind of things keep happening. You never know how, innovative people can be in the coming days as well. So at this point of time, it may not be, but as I said, you never know. I mean, probably, especially on a, company like us, where it is more of a dealer and customer oriented, a channel oriented company. If you look at it, to think of something like work from home was definitely, I mean, very difficult to imagine some time back. But of course, in this 2 months, we are able to effectively manage it and then do it. But however, as I mentioned, it can only go up to certain extent. So it's not like a software industry where probably you need to 24 hours work on a system and develop some codings or some, programs and all those things. Here, you need to go visit customer, visit partner, do the demonstration, do the, samples printing and all those things. From that angle, I mean, yes, it was definitely tough. So we tried and make it, but it may not really help 100% as far as Epson is concerned. This entire work from home thing. But by and large, to certain extent, yes, there can be certain, things can be done on maybe uh, putting some people on some particular days and others onto some, so that we could try and contribute as overall to try and from our organization as well. But in terms of clothing, when you look at it, definitely, during probably, if you look at it, March and April, if you see, used to be probably in India IPL season. Probably this used to give massive, business as far as the textile industry is concerned, starting from say February end or March till May, June kind of things, with a lot of merchandise and all coming. And also, if you see, quite a few festivals, especially New Year's for many of the states falls in the month of March and April. So during that period, generally New Year, probably at least in South India, if you see many people, the tradition is to go for new clothing and all those things. So from that angle, if you see, those business has really gone into a big toss. So, and now that if, as you asked, whether this is going to give a new trend in terms of industry for changing, moving towards from the fashion clothes to more of, comfort or probably relaxed mood clothing. Maybe yes, because for example, if you are coming to an office, maybe you are expected to come in formal. Whereas if you are working from home, you can be casual as well. Not necessary that you need to be formal. So probably from that angle, yes, it might give you more opportunities towards to demand, probably to certain extent, to move towards more of leisure clothing or probably comfort clothing in terms of shorts or in terms of t-shirts, more of cotton, so that it will be comfort for the people, stretchable and all those things. Yes, it can go, but again, as I told you, these are all we are doing a lot of speculations only. Time only will have to tell us what exactly can happen or what cannot happen. But definitely, I feel yes, to some extent, the sports, not sports. The leisure governments kind of things, comfort feeling government should probably have more say demand probably. Look at the textile industry, it is basically labor oriented industry. A huge number. So I think this is where probably, as you rightly put it across, automation can definitely try and then come into picture and help us. Like for example, if you see, still many of the processing units are still analog. They are where the number of processes are still quite huge. So as you slowly move towards the digital, definitely, technology is also moving toward digital, and also to some extent, probably the products also is getting automated and process is also getting automated, and dependency on the man probably, can reduce, so that maybe during this time, I mean, when you say that, and especially if you see India is a country where, I mean, the migrant labors is, I mean, in terms of dependency on the migrant labors is quite huge. If you take any industry for that matter, so this is where probably, I mean, with the automation coming into picture, can definitely help to some extent. Of course, still you need, I mean, people intervention, but probably it can reduce the manual intervention to the possible extent, and then it can improve. So that is how probably slowly I think the industry is moving towards, and a lot of products are also evolving towards that. And you will definitely see these kind of changes in the coming days as well, which is definitely going to help globally, not just India, I mean globally, because this the lockdown period has given a lot of thought, I mean thought process for the people to think and people to come out with innovative ideas. And definitely I'm sure this is going to bring out much more I mean innovative ideas from the people to improve the product, which is going to definitely help in the future. So that's what I mean. If you look at it, ultimately, it is going to be the, I mean, innovations that the you bring out in the product, which is probably going to reduce the process or reduce the, I mean, the labor intervention and all those things, which is going to help for the customer to have either in terms of better productivity or in terms of lesser activities before the final product is, I mean, from the time you put in the start the work to end the final product, the number of processes that are involved, probably how that can be, I mean, reduced. So that is how it keeps working, and we keep, I mean, coming out with every now and then a new innovation. And generally, Epson is known to bring out quite a few innovation. For example, I would like to just here add one product. I mean, still it is not launched in India, but whereas it has been launched in Japan and as well as Europe. For example, I mean, if you take a A4 sheet, once you print, many times probably it is there's nothing that you can do. You need to just destroy it, because but we have what is called as a paper lab, wherein you will feed this A4 and as well as A3 printed sheets to the printer, and the end product will be a plain paper, recycled plain paper. So which means you need not have to destroy the paper in case if you don't need it, or probably you need not have to invest more on papers. You can recycle the paper. So that is the kind of product. And generally, if you see again, if for you to do any manufactured paper, you need to do a lot of wood pulp and as well as water. So you'll be wasting, the environment in terms of both wood and as well as water. Whereas the process, what we are doing is without using any of these things. So it will just recycle the existing. First, it will, cut into pieces, remove the, the print articles from that, and then probably again bind it together, and then press it, and then make it. A sheet which is as good as a new A4. Of course, definitely you will find that the color between the new A4 and as well as the recycled is different, but definitely this can be used for effectively. So like that, Epson is coming out with new innovative ideas. So I'm sure probably our team will be working on further on many of our products, so that we could try and then come out with more such innovative things, which in turn can go and then help to the customers. Also, as you all know, generally in I think 2010, World Health, WHO has come out with 17 sustainable development goals, which are important for any country to adapt to save the environment. So Epson products actually adapt close to 13 out of those 17 sustainable development goals into our products. So our products, like for example, when you say our products consumes less energy, it's recyclable, and it doesn't affect the ozone, because none of the products what Epson manufactures, I mean, is hazardous or is going to affect the environment. All are environmental friendly. So like that, we keep, I mean, coming out with more innovations, and then is going to help to the customers. So we can definitely look forward. But if you ask me, in the near future, is there anything coming from Epson? My answer will be, at this point of time, I don't have an answer, because we start working, whatever we do today. For example, if I introduce a new printer to the market, the work to bring out this printer would have started about 5 years back at Epson R&D Center. So we spend time effectively in these 5 years to ensure that, I mean, we come out with the concept, we do the prototype, we test it, and then we make a sample, and then maybe we will do field trials, and then evaluate, take input, go back to R&D, do the improvement, and then finally bring out the product. So the process actually takes about close to 5 years. So that is the kind of things that probably, I mean, precision that we will be bringing into any of the products that we bring out. So I'm sure, I mean, during this period, as I mean, Epson is also experienced worldwide this effect of lockdown. So I'm sure our R&D engineers would have given some thought about all these things and bring out some innovative to the product. So hopefully, yes, we can look forward. Our guess is as I mean, anybody's guess. We are also in the same, I mean, situation. I mean, without knowing how the things will improve, when it will improve, and all those things. As now everybody keeps saying that it's nothing, that we will have to live, live with it. So that is how it is. So from that angle, if you look at it, it's really tough to say when the things will, I mean, come into normalcy. As far as I mean, GDP itself has been positioned very low as far as this year is concerned. Of course, government of India is doing a lot of things to bring in, to give a fillip to the economy, to improve the economic situation for the industry. But still, as you know, with the current situation, I mean, it takes a long time. So to begin with, we expect maybe this kind of a situation, gloomy situation, might continue till September. That is what we are expecting. We are not sure. So maybe the second half, October onwards, maybe we could see a shift towards improvement. But having said that, I mean, if you see in the last 2 weeks, probably the situation has gone from bad to worse in India. Everywhere it has really a steep increase. I mean, in fact, I think the doubling, what they keep talking, the number of days has reduced. And also, we also know that probably with so much big population in India, the number of tests that is happening is also not to its effective levels. So from that angle, we are only doing very limited tests every day. So people are saying July, September, it can go to peak. So hence it is really, really a very tough situation for anybody to guess. So we need to only wait and see how things can shape up. Because if you ask to any customers, I mean, currently they say they neither have, I mean, especially in the textile industry, I'm saying, they neither have local orders nor they have export orders. Whatever that they used to talk about, I mean, probably it used to buzz with huge, I mean, excitement before when we thought, I mean, closure happened. during first week of March with a lot of, expectations saying that market is going towards that, market is going towards that. But today, it's pretty bad. Uh, that's what. So in that way, it's really tough. But people keep saying that maybe now with this situation, some of the industries are moving towards, India, especially from China. And China was also one of the big market as far as textile is concerned. So it's only hope that now probably not many people will go to China for, and maybe some of those business can come to India. So it all depends how soon we are able to come out of this situation. Start the manufacturing with all precautions, and then maybe take the advantage in case if probably the business is going to shift. That is the only thing which can, to some extent, revive and give some new dimension to the business. That is what I'm expecting. Otherwise, honestly, it is as gloomy as anybody can be expecting in the current scenario. Because you ask today, none of the partners will be confident to talk, because if you see for them, whatever the businesses that they did in the month of February, they were expecting the payment for that in the mid of March or end of March. So those things, they are still not able to collect it. And similarly, distributor to dealer, dealer to reseller, reseller to end customer, it's a cycle. So from that angle today, if you ask anybody, nobody is talking about business. They are only talking about recovery and sustainability. So unless, something drastically happens, seeing the revival of this business immediately is definitely, next to impossible. So we need to wait and see whether it is October, whether it is this entire financial year. Only time has to say.